And next day, actually it's Monday. Time to do a little cleaning up. Alright, got nice and cleaned up. Put on a little jazz music. Got my all-red guy here today, Brandon. He's kicking some ass on the furnace while I'm putzing around in the garage. So after cleaning everything up and talking shop with old Brandon there for a while, I see down here that is in time. There we go. Perfect. And here I got the cover on it, but you can still see right there that the arrow is a notch, and the arrow is pointing right at that notch. See here? There it is. That is as timed as it's gonna get. As far as that goes, now I'm gonna put the pulley on and see where the marks line up with the case cover here that I just put back on. So, again with the gun sight, looking down, trying to get a good light here. There it is. You can see the gun sight right there. You can see how far the notch is off from it. I could zoom in right there. That's yeah, whatever. So you can see that's where I'm at. Still on below. That is just forward. To believe I can adjust with the distributor, but fire truck, yeah, I don't know. So it's kind of the same spot I was at before. But if I roll, I can roll this back. Interesting. So I can roll this to wherever I need it to, and that's not affecting the top at all. So when the engine turns counterclockwise, I see what's going on. So when I back it up to here where it needs to be, the belt over here is super sloppy. So I need to go over one, at least. We'll see. Alright, so I've slipped this thing on here about 15 times on and off, trying to get it timed as best I can, rotating it around. Seems like this is the best that I can get. I just keep putting on one side or another side of a tooth, and it'd either be there or over on the other side, there or over on the other side. So it's not really a lot I can do here. I mean, shit. I was kind of thinking maybe they sent me the wrong belt. Then I did a bunch of Googling and the belt's fine. See, it should be lining up right down there, but it is not. That's annoying. I just don't know what to do. Don't know what to do. Sitting here in out of focus isn't helping any. Like I said, I ran it through like 15 times. It seems to be staying on the same timing mark. Because I thought maybe the old belt had 104 teeth and this one had 103. I did like 16 different cross references, and this belt coming out of that box is supposed to go on this engine. So that's about all I can do there. So I'm going to go ahead and run down, redo compression with a battery charger on the battery. Make sure I get in there, write down all my numbers, and I'm going to do a wet compression, and then I'm going to do a leak down. So get ready for that fun. Interesting little tidbit I just discovered. I was just getting set up because I figure while I'm doing I'm going to do it anyways because I want to do it. And I bought a fucking generator and the fucking thing. So I spent the money, so I'm going to fucking do it. I'm even going to make a movie. See, I got my stand out. I'm going to make a whole movie about it. But as I was thinking, I was remembering that Woodruff key and that marker are off. And I got to thinking a little bit more. And I thought, well, top dead center for the block, you can see the fucking piston, right? So without looking at this at all, I spun it around until I saw that thing come up and touch top dead center on the block. Boom, it's right there. Go to look over here. So I can't zoom it in for you. And I'm lined up with the center red mark there. I don't know how well you can see how centered I am with it, but let's see if I can't get there. Not exactly on, but fucking close. See how it's dead on to the one just slightly off? Yeah, I have a feeling I was trying to fucking drive my car. See this far out? There it is, I got my up mark. Up mark! Actually kind of a cool picture. Anyways, got my hook mark there, and that mark's there. So I am going to retime the top of the head to the bottom of the head. You know what I mean. Head of the block. Head of the block! Oh my god. I'll spare you the song that just came on. Alright, so I lined this guy up with the red mark as quickly as best I could. I turned this guy back around to top dead center on that, which you can't see right there. Yay! I'm going to slip the belt on and see where that gets me. Alright, well that was a stupid rabbit hole. This went down for no fucking reason. After monitoring these ones and seeing right where they cross this one and this one, it lined up perfectly with the outer white one that's marked down there. So that's what I did. Timed it up at that guy. It is absolutely as close as I can get it to that thing. No, it's not dead on, but I keep going back and forth. One tooth one way, it's a 1/4 of an inch off. The other tooth the other way, it's 1/4 of an inch off the other way. So not a lot I can do there. I'm going to continue on and do my compression tests now because I can. Alright, I'm all ready for my compression test. Got the spark plugs removed. These guys are off. I have the battery charger is on battery. Yeah, I believe I'm ready to give us a couple quick turnovers. I am going to do throttle down, or full throttle, because I've read from numerous people that the idle air control valve doesn't let enough air in, so I will be holding it open. Here we go, cylinder number 1. Alright, I got just under 180. I'm going to call that 170. 179. I'll go 178. What the heck? It's not quite. Let's see. Well, 178. Second. Alright, moving on to the number 4 cylinder here. See where this one gets us. Good punches. We're at, ooh, geez, almost 190. It's darn close. I don't know. I don't even know what this thing's reading at. 82 of 30, so yeah, 190. Oh, 190 on that one. Oh, yeah. Bada boom. Alright. If you don't know how to use these, you just unscrew. Most of them come with a couple different tips. For different size holes. Obviously this 90 Civic doesn't have the same size spark plug holes as a 1978 Chevy 4-ton something or other. The spark plug the size of a softball, I imagine. I don't know. Alright, so that's how you do that. We'll come in here for a nice close-up for dry compression cylinder number 3. Oof, that one's peaking at like, I don't even know, just under 200. Call that 195. All right, going for dry compression on cylinder number 2 now. Looks like that one's sitting at about 195. Yeah, swell. Call it 195. Maybe I call that 190. I don't know. It's around 30. Yeah, that's 195. Alright, I'm gonna start chilling with that music. So I've got my compressor here. It's up to that guy. And I have this dude. I'm gonna go ahead and this guy pumped up that dude on there. Plug this dude into this dude. Something we'll figure it out. We'll get there, right? I'd already backed this down. Here to 100 psi on my thing. A little more. And this up to 100. And we plug it into this guy. See what happens. Definitely coming out. Alright, so sure you can tell I don't have the leak tester in my hand anymore. It is back in its box over there. Or not leak tester, but I was getting all kinds of readings, a couple different ways of doing it, putting each one on the exhaust, waiting for the thing to come out, putting each one on top dead center. I was getting a bunch of shit going on. Looking in there, I can see where the valve hit the thing, the piston, so I'm just fucking tired of fucking with it. The only ones I did get any kind of good pressure out of were 1 and 4, which is interesting to me. We'll see. Basically just drain the coolant all over the fucking floor, went all the way down to the back out there. The peacock, the little peacock that you back out has a little drain hole. So just to back out the peacock, the drain hole comes out. Nothing came out of the drain hole, it shot the peacock out. So while I was looking around for the peacock, I got myself into a world of trouble, dumping about, I don't know, that much coolant on the floor, which is awesome. So luckily I have a bunch of this spill sweep up stuff. There it is. I'll clean up spill powder. I grabbed a couple of those. They're like $6 each. Usually I don't use so damn much, but it literally just sucked up all the coolant. You can see how nice and kind of blue this is. Plus I can kind of keep reusing it. I'm not going to throw it away right away, because I still got to get the head off here. I'm actually going to sweep this shit back underneath now that I've got my bolt out. And this way I'm just ready in case this coolant starts running as soon as I, you guessed it, pull the head. I've already got a spot over here cleaned out. I'm going to do some work over there. Got better lighting and whatnot, so. Yeah, everything is disconnected. This guy's loose minus just this one bolt here. So that goes. This is off. Everything else is disconnected. I just got to pull the head bolts in the right sequence, and then I am head free. Looks like this isn't any kind of cylinder specific, head specific. So, because mine's a P08 or a D16 Z6. So it looks like we're going the removal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. Yep. All right, let's take a peek here. See what I was talking about, looking at. Looks like there's some fucking something sticking up there. He's obviously, I mean, that looks like it's been tapped a little bit, huh? Guess we'll have to pull the valves and see what's up. It's sitting over there. I'm about to pull off the rocker arm. Oh, yeah. It's officially been 1 week and 12 hours since this guy snapped. Well, I'm looking at him here. Nothing's really popping out as bent. Nothing's really seems to be it's nothing obvious. Yeah? Doesn't look like there's anything really wrong here. Ow. I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to pull them to find out. I'm gonna be kind of mad if I get all the way to the end of these, pulling them all out and everything like that. There ain't shit wrong with any of them. I don't know. Over here, it's not really. It looks like that might have hit right there. It also looks like it might have hit over here. It also looks like this shit could just rub off. So that's where I'm at in that department. Oh, geez, I thought it was this one that had to redo. I think it's that one that had to redo. Either way, I am getting quite a bit of gunk on this one. As you can see here, the inside of my gasket. I'm not sure what's happening with that. I don't know if that's new or old. I've never seen that before. And so I don't know what's going on with that. Other than me running the car with a bent valve. It's shooting crap back in there or something. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff I gotta take a peek at and think about, but that's for tonight. I think I'm done over here because I got almost damn zero fucking motivation. Maybe I'll pull a couple of springs here and see what's going on. Alright, so I just pulled this one and I'm not seeing anything. It's not warped or anything, so this one's going back in as it were. It's actually going right here because I'm going to pull them all because why not? Okay. Alright, so I got all the valves pulled. None of them look extremely bent. None of them look bent at all, honestly. I'm kind of very upset about that. But more diagnostic tomorrow. For the night I am done. It is been down here since 9:30 and it's now 6:30, so I put in my 7 hours a day of overthinking things rather. As judged by that, I overthought things and there it is. But either way, it's always nice to take the head off, just see what's going on. Not. So now I'm going to take a shower, and probably order a pizza. So, all right, until after work tomorrow. Hey, it is officially a few days later. I've done a couple of looking around things, but I've basically done nothing. So, looking at these, they all look pretty straight. I'm gonna go back through, make sure there's any glaring obviousness as I put them in one by one. Clean this up a little bit as I go. I've noticed this got really hard, kind of caked on there. So I'm gonna clean it up a little bit. Enjoy this beautiful afternoon, and yeah, put on some tunes. Alright, so I got this guy nice and cleaned up, a little bit better. As I was going through these, I was noticing a lot of just kind of inner wear on these, and I was debating on whether or not to do some lapping. I figured, shit, you know, I got them all out. They don't look perfect. They could definitely be a lot better. So I decided if I had these guys, I would do it. I have a coarse and a fine. I'm gonna start with the coarse and then work my way to fine. As you can see down in here, there's a lot of grime on the edge of those shafts in there, which you cannot have rubbing up against this. It'll destroy it. So I don't need the stem getting all messed up. So I'm gonna first clean this. I got the air out over here, so I'm gonna clean it out pretty good and make sure that I'm just doing this by the book. Yeah, the more I'm looking at these, the more I'm like, they definitely need to be lapped for sure. A couple of times I thought, oh, it's nice and shiny, and I can, if you're hitting it just right, it looks perfectly polished, but then you kind of glance off and it's, see, just gets all grummy and pitted looking. So, well, I got it off, you know, it's Saturday. I'm not in any hurry. I'm officially a bus rider, have been for 2 weeks, so nice day. Just puss around, listen to the radio, and hope I make some progress. Honestly thought about swapping out the clutch while I got it up in the air and everything's open and ready. So I have the clutch, but do I have the thing? I don't think I have the thing. The pot of the juice for it. As you can see here, well, I guess you can't really see here. So I just did a fine or a coarse round on these two. I'm not using a drill, I just use this. See if we can get you a view of the shine. I'm gonna clean these guys up. Looks a little better. Clean these guys up real nice, and then do a fine grain. And I'll show you how I'm using this thing, what I'm doing. Yes, that's what we're looking at here. Versus what it looked like before. You can see I'm trying to move this light around a little bit. Looking at that inner rim versus that. So, trying to get more of a clear picture. And it doesn't want to focus, but you understand what I'm at here. So now I'm going to go ahead and do a fine grain one. Alright, so I just sprayed out that tube, made sure there's nothing. You can see the walls are nice and shiny, and there's nothing in there. I'd do it again, but it'll turn the compressor on, and as we all know, compressors suck. So this is what I'm doing. Getting a fresh napkin tissue, wiping it off really good. Before I do that, go ahead and oil the crap out of this. And then I like to put a bunch on here and really spread it around. Make sure it's extra oil. Oil's your buddy. Need to keep this lubed and clean. Bang, bada, boom. That's my mantra. Just keep it smooth and clean. Goes in, feels good, nice and smooth. Right, so grab a little bit of my, that is not the right compound. Tell the difference by color. I got a big old box of Q-tips over here. Just grabbing some. Not putting too much, but you definitely don't want not enough, you know. Boring YouTube. Alright. One more quick little dab of oil at the top. And in there. Taps and sinks. Now this guy, this is where I'm using this. My stick broke a long time ago. But if you can't get the stick, just a little wipe on both sides. I find. Light to medium pressure on this fine grit. Light to medium on the heavy grit too. I like to go until it doesn't make a noise or gets really quiet. Pop it up quarter turn. Do that 5 or 6 times. And I'll switch hands. Here's my carpal tunnel. Come on. It's nice that the traffic's being quiet. Oh, there it fell off. But yeah, that's basically what I'm doing. Just a bunch of that over and over and over. I'm gonna go ahead and show the whole process on this one just so you can, so I can remember exactly how I did this. In case I screwed up. I've done this once before when I rebuilt my own head. Then after the issues I had with the oil leaks, it really became apparent that I needed a new head. And the awful ones that were out there in awful condition, pulled straight out of the car, straight out of the field. They wanted like $300-400 for them, and I was not willing to pay that for something I would have to rebuild. So I spent $600 and bought a rebuilt one. It looked like the guy did a good job on it. I had no complaints about it. But I'm doing this after maybe 3,000, probably more like 2,000 miles. I don't know. I think you should be a little bit better looking than this, but could be wrong. Might be my valve stem. My bullshit valve stem. It's funny that this guy was just walking by and he glanced over at me. And I noticed his movement, and I looked at him, and he had done double take, so we made eye contact, and he turned and looked away real quick. Of course, I'm the guy talking to myself in the garage. You know? We're clean, we're clean. Just kind of doing this. Push him down as I do it. Trying not to lose my shit. Not get angry, but not get this thing ripped out of my hand. Seems like I'm gonna walk by. It's like the 4th fucking time. There's nowhere there with residential streets. kind of go until you quit hearing that noise. That you can really hear it. I'm not going for mirror polish on this. I'm not a drag racer, but I am going for tolerable, but I know to be good. So that'll be good for dirty ones. Just a quick wipe. Trying to get all the heavy grit off. Go here. This is where I use Q-tip. Give it a can. And boom. Now this guy's ready to go back in. But first, to re-oil shaft. I got enough oil in my cup here. Shoot a little bit down it to get it going, but I have to put it up top here so that it flows down. Hold it here where it'll never be in the shaft. We're going to switch to fine grit. You can see, probably not at all. Now, I can show you the ring here. You kind of see how nice and silver it is. Yeah, I'll show you on a different one. For fine grit. It's just how long each one of these takes. What the fuck is that doing? Just carrying stuff up around the block. Maybe he's picking something up for Craigslist. It's parked around the corner or something. Downside to having compressed air. Lovely downside. Like I said, I'm not going for perfect on these, I'm just going for better than they were half an hour ago. Which is about when I started this project. That's that, and just clean it up. Move on to the next one. Make sure I keep them all in order. Never want to mess them up. Never ever want to mess them up. So before I install these, I will be going back and making sure that they get. You can see the silver. What it looks like there. This is what it looks like here. Dull. Not crazy bad. Obviously done, I can see the marks, but yeah. Figure while I'm in here and while they're off, might as well spend a few minutes to do it. You don't have to put up with. Alright, so I got done doing all of the outside, or the exhaust valves, I guess you could say. It's probably a little more appropriate. Moving on, I just went ahead and cleaned out all the ports. Scrubbed them down real good, brake cleaner, re-oiled all of the stems, I'm about to start doing the exhaust side. These look a lot better than intake side looks a lot better than the exhaust side. So I'm probably gonna do a lot less of the coarse. Just do a crown, maybe not even any coarse really. Yeah, you know what, screw it, I'm not gonna cheap out. I'm here, I'm doing it, might as well do it right. I'm gonna do it exactly the same as the other one. So, moving on. I just realized I stole these gloves from work. Alright, just finished up with this last one. You can still see my paste is in there. I'm about to start adding the valves back on. The goal for the day is to get the valves back in there so that I can do a air compression. Shoot air in here and see if oil comes shooting out. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting these back in. Like I said, I just finished them up, so I'm just gonna go ahead and do one at a time. And hopefully this doesn't take forever, because this took me about 4 hours. So better than the 3 days it took me the first time. I got a better feel for it. So yeah, all right, let's get these back in. All right, just got these guys on. I took this outside really quick, finished off my can of the brake cleaner there, and then blew it off really good. Re-oiled all the valves, and now I'm just going back again, putting them back in. Once you get a hang of this thing, it's actually pretty dang quick. It's taking me about a minute and a half to do each one of these. Really kind of blowing through them, so I should be done in just a second here with this guy. And yeah, ready to do my little test. I'm very excited, very excited. All right, everything's back in, set up. I just plugged this guy in, got a little bit of pressure going down there. Gonna give this a shot. Yeah, let's try it. Well, I was just about to do my test. I was all set up. Had the spark plugs in there, and I realized I don't want to flood the bottom of them with oil. I don't want to get a bunch of oil in there because I don't have any more spark plugs. I thought, well, I have to have like a backup somewhere. I have backups of everything. I went through everything, and I don't have any bolts that match the size of the plug. Oh, I'm tired. Well, I got done here at like 1:30. It's now like, I don't even know, 10. It's 10:38. Alright, I've been down here for 9 hours, so I call it. I'm gonna go to the hardware store tomorrow and drag a spark plug with me. See if I can't convince the bolt gods to please have something there. Put a thread on it, little thread tape, wherever that stuff is, and then yeah, that's all tomorrow's stuff for right now, for tonight. I'm out. All right, so I just it's the next day. It's about 1:30 again. It's actually 1:22. I went to the hardware store down the street, and they did not have a 14 millimeter anything really. Well, they did, but it was 1.5 pitch, and I need 1.5 or 1.25 for these. But what they did have was these little rubber stoppers, which I was able to just screw into here. They're actually very almost perfect for what I need. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these up with oil, and then I've already got the compressor ran full of air down here, so we're ready to go. Just need to fill it up with oil. All right, we're all ready to give this a shot here. I don't know if it'll work, but maybe I should be putting some kind of rag behind this. Something like this. Try that again. I got it plugged pretty good with my well, as you can see there, this one definitely had air coming out of it. Oh, the other one held pretty good, but I don't know if that's because that's because it was this one relieved the pressure, or if it was because I'm not sure what PSI I'm supposed to be doing with that, so it's all just pure guesses on my part. Is this plugged? Feels like it's coming out pretty good. Get this plugged in, wedge this guy in there. You're not even fucking plugged in, man. I think I'm still recording. Of course, the second I get back, it starts. I'm gonna try a different route. I watched a couple videos. Nobody was plugging the front; they were just standing back about 3 or 4 inches, hitting it with air. That's way more than they were hitting it with. But and then I saw a bunch of people. Only one guy used oil. Everybody else was using water, looking for air leaks with compressed air, or else just falling out the side. So that's what we're gonna look for right now. Master pour. I'm the master pour. There we go. They're all completely covered with water. Let's see if we're gonna see anything here. No immediate bubbles. Not that I would expect any. It's like a booger, but no water. It's all dry in there. And I guess I'm a little wet, but I hit it with a little compressed air. I'm going to turn it off just so that it doesn't turn on while I'm on video. That is the extent of my air. So I'm going to shut this off. As you can see, I didn't get any air bubbles from any of that. So that's excellent to see. I didn't see any bent ones. There were a couple that I don't want to say fought me, but there was the slightest resistance going back into the sleeves, the valve sleeves. But overall, they went in good. They felt good. Everything was clean. I didn't feel any graininess. So now I'm going to turn the compressor back on. That's still down there, and yeah, smear for the other side. And can you imagine being a quality inspector for these little craftsmen? Having to sit there and wait for it for like a minute for it to fill up to its make sure the gauge is right, it hits just right, and I don't know, all day. I don't know where this is made, but I'm glad I don't work there. Alright, so I got full air, ready to go back to the other side now. Shut off the compressor so it doesn't crank on and scream Satan. Alright, I guess we'll start back. Nothing. There's a part of me that kind of wishes that bubbles would have come up, because then I would have been like, oh, I'm not an idiot. I can time a car. At the end of the day, it's cleaned. You know, it really shouldn't be that dirty for 3,000 miles, I think I put in. Christ. Alright, I'm gonna get this cleaned off, thrown back on the car. I think we're at that point. Maybe I'll do a little cleanup first. I'm in the midst of a I kind of don't give a shit. This is my current state of. It's actually kind of clean. Not doing too bad. Not doing too bad. Got it on the tripod right now. But yeah, gotta do a little bit of work today, but we'll get this back on there. Alright, got the head back on. That's a nice relief. It's a little bit of a space freer upper too. Got that guy back on. Gonna put the head bolts on, and then yeah. Oh, funny little side note. So I bought this cylinder leak down compression tester about, oh, I don't know, 10, 11 years ago. I bought this thing when I first started getting into cars. Going, you know, I think I'm going to need one of those one day. I don't know what it is or how to use it, but one day I'm going to need one of these. I've been pushing it around, moving it from toolbox to toolbox. Thought about giving it back to Goodwill all these years. I don't even think I paid $6 for it. I think I paid $1.50 for it. But I knew what it was. Well, I didn't know what it was. I knew that I was one day wanted to have one. So here we go. Turns out I actually have one from 1988. They don't make them like they used to. I guarantee you this thing's a hell of a lot better than that. Nothing else. Use it for something. I mean, shit. I don't know how much that'd be new. I think it weighs just an absolute ton. It's real steel. But anyways, back to this guy. Alright, head's back on. I got it all torqued down and realized this is off. Luckily it wasn't hitting anything or touching anything. So I had to pull it back off, retorque or reset this and torque it. Keep my eye on that guy a little bit at a time. What I want to do is pull this guy off the harmonic balancer and see where the timing marks on the outside of it match up to the gear on the oil on the inside. So I'm going to grab a light, get down there and pull that thing off real quick. Alright, you can see that the wood drill key hole lines up. And you can see this right along with me. That is how far off the mark it is. Wow. Alright, so that would definitely explain my fucking timing issues. That is, wow. I'm not sure what to think about that. And you can see right there. I'm good and lined up. As good as I'm gonna get. This guy's as good as I'm gonna get there. Left a little blood on the old wheel. You know, isn't a good job done if you haven't done a wheel. What's that? Oh my god! Oh, that's just a fake turd. Oh, the cat must have snuck in here. All right. The intake is all back on with the exception of the very center bolt on the back. I have to put the exhaust back on, add the coolant hose, and put some coolant in it. Yep, alternator belt, power steering back on. Close, getting close. Alright, got the power steering back on. Alternator's all tight down, power steering's all tightened down. Everything's all tightened down. I got this guy tight as fuck. Banjo tight, as Eric the car guy says in the back. Sloppy up front. All of these are connected back. This is back on. Got the bolts, all those are back. Kind of just thinking out loud here right now. Need to get this guy back on and then filled with coolant. I just did a valve stem adjustment. Proof on my tools. Everything looks good. It was just a little bit off. This guy's back in on one, top dead center in a second here. There's my thing. Where am I at here? There we go. Close enough. Close the fuck enough. Yeah, time to throw the lid back on, dump some coolant in here, drop it down and see if it starts. That's about all I can do. Yep. Alright, I am ready to drop this thing. Give it the old college try, but I keep like turning around and putting stuff away. So I'm just delaying the 2 weeks that it took for me to get to this point, because I really don't want to start over again, which is kind of what I'm going to have to do if this doesn't work. So nervously cleaning up before I just get shit. Before I pull it out of the car or the garage and try and start it. Starting it, I'm not an issue with. Driving it is where I have an issue. Alright. The moment has come. Dead. Nothing. What did I do? Is the battery unplugged? Alright, I got mass power going to this thing, so. Nothing. Fucking nothing. No, it's not my. Oh. Okay, it's doing something. I'm gonna let it charge for a minute. Hey, it's doing something. Yep, giving it the old try here. Let it juice for like 5 minutes. We'll give it another shot. Alright, here we go. It's been a couple minutes. Sounds decent. This is blowing up. Take this guy off. Sounds like it's holding on its own. Unplug that. It's trying to cycle through and warm up. Sounds really nice. Sound is one thing. Sound is one thing. Let's back it out of the driveway. See what happens. Put a little something on it. You get that view for 8 seconds. Compression. I'm out. I'm in. Hell yeah. Oh shit, yeah, it's cool. That's cool. Oh yeah, they got some chocks on the tires. So I can keep them burning a little bit of oil there, just from the drip edge up front. But I want to see how well it's timed. So I'm going to throw this on there. Well, it made a god-awful screeching noise for about 2 seconds, and then it died. So I broke out the charger again. So I went to start it, and it was super dead, like the back LED light wouldn't even turn on. Some odd noises going on. Weird creaking noises, but I am throwing 15 amps at it down here. Thing here. We got it set on 15 amp charge. I could hit start, but I kind of want to. It hasn't moved in like the 3 minutes I've been out here, so I'm just gonna keep on watching it. I'm gonna give it about 10-15 minutes of charging here while I clean up a little bit, and then give it another shot. But I've never heard anything like that. It went screech, almost like it was coming from this side of the engine, but it was definitely, as soon as I leaned in, the whole thing, it sounded like this kicked on. It sounded like the fan kicked on. Then it sounded like one of the belts was screeching like crazy, and then it just died. So I don't know. Started right up. It sounds good. Could drive it in, but I'm gonna do this while I try and recreate that sound. I'm gonna try and get it on tape if it happens again. There it goes there. Maybe something like this. I'm just filming in case that noise happens. Our flashing light. Marks way off. Both marks are way off. There it is. Humming. Hearing a humming noise. Starting to slow down. I'm wondering if it ain't this fucking thing. I'm gonna unplug this charger. See what happens. Continuing on. It's slowed like it was gonna turn the fan on, which it hasn't yet. I don't have my damn flashlight on me. Where's the flashlight? Don't make the noise until I get back. Everything looks like it's spinning good. Here. It's tightening and the loosen. Alright, I'm gonna have to do this off camera. Right, so it's running. It's been about 2 minutes since I last shut off the camera. I was unable to time it to my white mark, but I was able to time it to the other white mark. As the computer catches up, it's trying to figure out, the ECU is trying to figure out where it needs to live. Maybe I'll pop this a couple times and then redo the timing, or readjust the by the way, the fan did kick on. Yeah, I'm going to readjust it so it's a little bit more towards the middle here. Wow, that's really... really can't tell what's going on down there. But yeah, I got it. I got it timed. This time's good. Hasn't died on me. Hasn't made any crazy screeching noises. It's like a laser cleaner. Now my shit's clean. Alright, I'm gonna grab some more coolant and do a little bit of flush here. So I was giving it a little bit of gas, trying to get a couple bubbles out, and right as I let up the gas, it made this chunk. Or it started to die, and then it chunk over here. A really fucking weird noise. Now it doesn't want to start again. It has power, it wants to turn over, but it won't, like, turn over. Fucking weird. Well, I'm officially defeated. I took everything of value, pulled a couple fuses, undid a couple wires, locked up a couple things. Nobody's taking it. God damn if I hate to fucking leave it sit out here. It drives me up a fucking wall. To get it running twice and put a little bit of energy into it and it just dies. It's so weird. No. But I managed to do a little cleaning in here, but what I really should have done was drove the car forward 10 feet and not worried about the coolant level. It's alright. It's okay. It's alright. As Vice Grip Garage says. Great. Sweet. I could do with that. No problem. No problem. Alright, well. I think I'm going to make that the end of this video. Part 2. And God knows what's next, other than I got a bus ride in my future. Yep. I need more of this. So I was just got out of the shower and I was thinking about how it stopped. How that's like an alternator thing. And then I was looking at some videos and it was kind of confirming what I was thinking. And I was looking at alternator prices, and I remembered that I had one sitting right up there. So I came down and looked at it, and it's the exact same part number as the one on O'Reilly's. R110831A. It's the exact same one, and that one I took off my the 89 that I had, 89 LX. That's a known good one I bothered to save. So, yep, I guess that's going to go on there tomorrow after work. Maybe that'll be my problem. Seems like it, every video I watch seems to have the same things. It just suddenly stops and it will not start. Not with that, but it'll crank over. So I was the exact same symptoms. Exact same problem. So, alright, like I said, end of video. Oh, it's a nice rainy day to work outside. Alright, car's up, tires off. Now I'm just trying to find my 14mm wrench. It's around here somewhere, so I'm just trying to find it. Just got this lower bolt, nut and bolt out from right there. I'm gonna go up top. Well, I did have to pull this bracket that just has two 14mm bolts to hold in the bottom one. I was able to spin this around and get it out. You can see the ground there. Just gotta flip it around in there and bring it down to ground out and the wheel at the harmonic. And it'll just pop right out of there. Oh, if it wasn't so heavy. I don't believe it has a readable label on it. But it should just be the exact same thing as this. That looks the same. Looks the same. Can almost guarantee it's the same darn part. Wish I could read this one. Maybe I can. No, I'm not reading it if I can't read it. That's yeah, it's the same shit. pretty obvious. So I'm gonna go throw this guy back in there. Alright, it is all back on there. New air alternator. I believe that one, I didn't go back and look at my video, but I believe that one was original to the D16Z6. This engine that's in here, I think I kept it and I saved that one off the LX. Maybe I'll go back and take a quick peek. I'm gonna throw a battery charger on this guy and get it charging up, and I'm gonna take a look at my old videos and see where the alternator came from, because that's why I make these videos. Alright, so I just went back and watched my video. I believe it was number 10. Hey, porta potty. And it was the original alternator that was on there. This guy's sitting at 6. Yeah. Sitting at 6. Alright, I threw it on start. Give this the old college try. Before it wasn't doing nothing. Just turning over. Please, baby. She wants to. Just really dead. Very, very dead. Gonna let it charge a little bit more. Come back to it. Alright, so I just checked it. The battery's at 12.81. I want to try and start it without the without the charger on it. I plugged in. I just want to see if it'll do it by itself. I'm gonna throw it on charger and see if that does anything. That was a little hesitant. Lack of power, maybe. Let's see if we can get this bad boy started. Come on, baby. Start. Full amperage going in there. I think it's 100 amp start or something. I don't know. That's weird. Well, back to cleaning out the garage, I guess. I'm actually making some pretty good headway, putting a lot of stuff away. Getting this shelf organized. It's always nice. Kind of stopped right about there. Giving this guy some more time on the old charger here. I don't really know what else to do, so continuing on. Alright, had this guy on the charger for a few hours. See if it does anything. Pop this guy, give it my best chance of success here. Crank this guy, let's see, get some light on the situation. Full nuclear option. Come on, baby. Start for me. Come on, baby. timing jumped? Something? I'm betting the timing jumped. I don't know. Enough for tonight. Something's off. Alright, just walking back upstairs. Closed down for the night. And it occurred to me that I'm a fucking idiot. I never turned back, I never rewired my fuel pump after turning it off. God damn it. Alright, well. Alright. Fuel pump rewired. I was like, I hear the fucking main relay, but it sounds like I'm not getting any fuel. Let's try it. Nothing. More fuel. More fuel. God damn, I thought for sure. I don't think it's out of time. Okay, so that wasn't it. That was a good idea. And at least it quit making that. Now it just turns over. So I know. So I was like, I got good battery power. Just don't have anything else. Except for a nice clean workbench. Look at that. I gotta buy a pair of these. Alright, well.